Oh, I hope you guys are not in the kitchen or somewhere with your family members. They might think you're watching a different video. What is up, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. A great argument and talking point I have long wanted to discuss with all of you guys, that being personalities versus players, that being maybe even owners versus players. What is more important to an esports organization? Brought to us by a great episode of Hotline League. I will link down below for all of you guys, with Liquid owner Steve bringing up a great talking point as to esports orgs versus more so the branded organizations. And I think the most common occurrence we see is some esports organizations versus the vast rise of FaZe Clan and 100 Thieves. Competitors versus personalities. Players versus personalities. The comparison is yet to be had. I think Steve had some very wise words of the difference between having an owner or a personality of the face of an organization versus having a player be the face of an organization. We do see usually a lot of players out there, whether notable personalities themselves or very popular. Most often players don't last very long in an esports organization. I would say frequently 1, maybe 2, 3 years, probably the average lifespan. So is it worth building a personality in a player who you're going to get rid of, or do you build that in an owner? Or, and besides that, a personality like a streamer or a content creator instead? I ask you guys this. Here is what Steve had to say and why Liquid, they focus on winning.
That owners are more important for branding and like having a personality than players for the long-term growth of a team.
Owners or coaches?
Well, like public faces, people that are going to stay with the team for a long time, since players usually only stay with the team for like 1 or 2 years.
Here's a situation where you guys have lost Doublelift. He's no longer with the team. He's over at TSM. Or you traded him, whatever you want to say. And now, obviously you're staying technical, but you've made huge waves. Like, TL has basically been the only interesting thing happening, or the biggest talk of the town in the offseason, because you traded Doublelift, but then you immediately follow it up by bringing like one of the biggest faces of Western broadcast on as your coach. So I'm really curious, do you consider sponsorship, branding, anything at all whenever you're going into these types of decisions?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I think you have to figure out what kind of club you want to be. What kind of team do you want to be? I think there's historied examples of other professional sports teams that have come to this predicament. You have a very notable athlete or player that garners sponsorship revenue, fan engagement, and loyalty, which drives traffic and engagement on any kind of platforms that you're producing content. And that is worth a considerable amount, right? That is something that could be defined. And then there's the question of, what about rookie players or going for winning at all costs, right? And that unwavering commitment to winning, irrespective of the brand value associated with one particular athlete. And in some of those examples, you see all sorts of creative solutions come about in order to retain said player. Equity, retirement plans and compensation, and you find a way, right? For us, we've decided that we're the type of organization where winning is paramount. It is undeniably the most important thing to our organization, not just for our League of Legends team, but across the board. And our commitment to that is unwavering, period. And so I will deal with whatever kind of financial impact or brand impact may be caused because of a particular player. But I believe much more in the multi-generational fandomship to Team Liquid, which is generated by winning, because winning increases your relevancy. It means you're at the finals, where most viewers are going to be watching anyway, right? Not all the regular season matches. And so for me, it's about creating a brand with values, and that's more valuable than the brand of one respective player. And I think if other teams did a better job of creating brands, and you'd probably see more folks want to follow an organization because of its values and what they do for the community, rather than just for player A, B, or C.
It's such a cool comparison to make because if you ask me, an organization who is set on winning versus building up brands and personalities themselves, I would definitely say a team like Liquid is built. They want to win. They want to win titles. They compete, I do believe, currently at me recording, in the single most esports titles of any other esports organization. I've seen 14, I've seen 15, I've seen upwards of apparently 18 esports or games they do compete in, which is pretty insane. I also think the likes, though, of maybe an organization like TSM versus, you think of personality or content or streamers. When you think of organizations like 100 Thieves and FaZe Clan, certainly polar opposites. So I ask all of you guys, what focus would you have as an esports organization? Steve, one of the main points he does make is he does believe that winning with it brings popularity. So you can build your brand while also competing to win. And so I think it's a really cool talking point out there. And especially when it comes to, Steve himself with his former past and the way he's built his brand. In comparison to that of 100 Thieves nade shot, it's kind of a rarity to see an owner, former player, also be a brand and personality. And maybe that's the mix that makes a lot of these top tier organizations the best of the best, right? You look towards a Liquid Steve, a TSM Reggie, 100 Thieves nade shot. FaZe Clan has multiple owners who have kind of done their own thing in content as well. And of course, they have so many owners that cross over from the esports and entertainment and regular, I would say, celebrity industry. So they all do their own variety of things. And so at the end of the day, what do you focus on? I think every single esports and gaming organization will focus and operate in their own way. At the end of the day, it's super cool to see the path they do take, because certainly 100 Thieves, a bit different than FaZe Clan or Liquid or TSM. So I ask you guys one last time, what is more important? Players, personalities, a mix of both, the owners themselves who will not be leaving and will be the face entirely for a long period of time? At the end of the day, I have no idea. I think it's a really cool talking point to see other owners talk about this, as we see a variety of esports organizations do a variety of things and succeed in a multitude of ways. It's a super cool talking point. So I got that all out. That felt nice. How are you guys feeling today? Until next time, drink that water, drink that milk. Maybe if you throw that in there, maybe throw the milk in the coffee, because you should be drinking the coffee. Until next time, take care. Okay, bye.